What up, everybody? It's your boy Neo. And like the other videos, I'm going to have to say that again in a second, as soon as Facebook and all that catches up, which should be, I know YouTube is already up, Twitch is up, all the other sites, some of them are probably up. Hello, everybody. So, with that said, what up, YouTube? What up, Facebook? What up, everybody? You know how we do. I'm going to get to a good spot now. I just had to, for some reason, you have to hit live on Facebook to get that popping. Hey, Google, turn off my desk.
You got it. Turning off the desk.
Respect. Respect me, Google. Respect. You good?
Good.
Trying to make my way across the crib. Man, you guys gotta understand the pressure that I am under right now. I was thinking about it earlier. It's like this whole numbers thing. It's like you get to a point where it's like, yo, the proof is in the pudding, and that's what I love about it. It's such a great challenge. Sorry for that noise. It's such a great challenge because I have to produce those numbers. It is what it is. You know, I got to do it to win, to be right. In this scenario, it's something I've never been able to do before. It's the lead up to my big come up. That's the first step. You know, no matter what happens, I can go from 1 to 1 million in one video, but I passed, 400, 700. So they are a definite thing that needs to happen in between now and the come up, hitting that number, me being able to manifest these numbers. Besides the fact that I'm putting myself on the block, predicting the future, but I'm actually cool with that. I feel actually comfortable in that scenario. I have a great track record. I'm not overly confident. I'm not overly conceited and cocky unless you're talking about football or karate or something. I'm just big on stats. And it is what it is. So I'm not really worried about that. But on top of that, the universe, whatever you ask for, you'll be shown, if not proven, that you can't have it. And it's how you respond to that emotionally determines if and when you get it. Now, if and when you get it for one, but it's how you respond to that emotionally over the following weeks. It's not just one day. That's why being overly happy for one day just isn't going to cut it. It has to become a way of life. If you want neo-positivity to work, any kind of positivity to work, it has to be a way of life. But yeah, so I'm trying to manifest this thing. Like I said, to whom much is given, much is tested. In a nutshell. I got all these hurdles to jump through. Advertising-wise, it's smart to grab people right away. I can't do that because when I hit record, and this is top-of-the-line technology. This is as far as technology's gotten us so far. There's nothing you can do to make it better unless you work for the government and they had something better that they hadn't released to us yet. But this is top-notch. I mean, look it up. It's Restream. It's OBS. There's not even a real number 2. So me clicking record, waiting for the other platforms to catch up, giving my greetings 3 times, wanting to get to the point, but I can't for the first 30 seconds. All that weighs in on my confidence and my ability to manifest these numbers. But the whole thing is manifesting numbers. So I have to see the numbers. So this is what I was doing for that. Because with all of that factor, I factored all of that in immediately. It was like, all right, I need a plan. I need another strategy besides just hitting the clicker when I remember to, and saying an affirmation 10 times. I needed to be more geared towards numbers specifically, which means I have to revisit how it would feel to have that happen to me before. People ask me how to manifest. This when I was on the show, Joe the insurance guy was on his talk show, and he was like, you know, well, how do I manifest something? And I said, well, listen, when was the last time you had a big accomplishment or achievement, you know, similar in that area, in that realm of life, you know? And he said, oh, probably when I graduated here. So I said, okay, well, however that felt, feel it. Feel that again. As often as you possibly can, feel it. You're going to vibrate at the same frequency as that event, and you're going to attract two things that vibrate at the same frequency will attract together, and you're going to start pulling it, and oh, just saw shooting stars. Stop playing. Stop playing. Yo. Oh. It's crazy because this camera can't see anything right now, and it's so much brighter out here than it is. Yes, that's how I know I'm on the right path, man. That's what the whole reason I wanted to come out here and talk to you guys tonight. This is what it's about. In order for me to produce these numbers, I have to not give a fuck, honestly. Because worrying about it only manifests more worrying about it. Wanting it, thinking or yearning for it only manifests more yearning for it. Been doing that for 8 years. Need to switch something up. 8+, need to switch something up. Every night from midnight till 2 in the morning, I go in the garage and I speak into a recorder. I come up with all the stuff that I give you guys on Facebook, give you me. And I have come up with a lot of that stuff, pretending that I was speaking to an audience of the world, of you. I watered the hell out of that seed since the first time I thought about going live for you. And by you, I mean every single person in this planet besides me. This, for me, and that's what I'm saying, if you was going live with doing your hair and makeup, that's cool. This is my baby. This is my pride and joy. This is my invention, my greatest thing I've ever achieved. And I'm going for the greatest thing anyone has ever achieved. This thoughts become things, could change, will change mankind. I don't mean will because I'm confident. I mean there is no could. If it doesn't, the planet will eradicate us. It's going to fight back. Stronger than us. Been around a lot longer. Said that last night too. Honestly, can anyone think of anything else that could possibly change the world besides positivity? Spreading it, by using it to get what you want out of life, which makes you happier to everyone else around you. And it trickles outward. One positive act ripples. Imagine a bunch of them shits. Eventually all of them. Man has gone through a period of chaos since we began. And the only thing constant is change. Look up the Fibonacci sequence. You can predict the stock market, but you can't predict the size of time frame that you're trading at. It's either going to go up or down in certain scales, but it's always in Fibonacci sequence. I love the Fibonacci sequence. Threw me off. Got me thinking about when I was, I used to trade, damn, I even forget what it's called. The US dollar versus the euro, you know, all that other stuff. Real small penny stocks. You can get like 2,000 shares and just go hard and just like trade them out. I did real good with that. But, sorry, back to what I was saying. Years and years and years, I did this. And doing the show, kind of scripted. Past couple months, well, it's been a year since I've been doing these shows. And they went from mostly scripted, not scripted, I mean, it's a half piece of paper. You saw it in my hand. You know, I read some questions, had some notes, but I knew what I was going to say. To me, that's scripted. You know, a piece of paper is scripted to me. But if you If you got 10 questions you're going to ask in 30 minutes, those 10 questions, you're only going to get through 6, maybe 5 of them, unless that person's giving you yes or no answers. I mean, either way, I slowly weaned myself away from that. When I was in October, I told you guys, I confessed, this is killing me. I'm about 4 or 5 episodes in, but I'm not freestyle. I need to be more me. I was feeling like I was in the wrong place because of that. I opened up. I became me. Got another show. Crunched back down. When I got the other show, I started doing 5 episodes a week at RVN TV on Off the Bench. And it was like, it put me back in crunch mode. There was no time for anything except work. And my mindset was all work. And so what I do, I start worrying about work, making it right, making sure you fill a half-an-hour spot. The worst thing in the world to me is getting up there and 17 minutes in, you ain't got nothing else to talk about. It's like my worst fear. I mean, it's just crazy because I'd laugh at myself and I'd talk about that and then I'd come up with something to say. But yeah, so that is what got me back into kind of with the scripted and all that other stuff. And then I was doing 1-hour shows with the radio show. And now I'm back, and it's like, now that I finally, last night and the night before, I appreciated my new truck. Now that I finally get to just, this is it. This is what I wanted to do the entire time. I wanted to hit record when I wanted to talk about what I wanted to talk about for however long that I talked about it. That is 100% following your intuition. And the closer you get to intuition, the closer you get to God. That is 100% following your intuition. Your timing. Oh, no, let me get dressed up and get ready. Or let me go at least shave or throw something on. Let me set up the background and all this premeditated. No, you done lost the flair. It was in you. You could pull it back up. I'm not saying you can't, but that first one, when you first got that information, when it first came to you, that's the... You can expand off of that if you stay in the zone instead of running around getting camera equipment or whatever you got to do. Planning it. I'll do it tomorrow. Procrastination. Throw that in there too. This is intuition. Okay, I'm going to talk about this no matter what anyone thinks. I'm going to have material because it's going to come from the rip, come from my chest. That's faith and intuition. That's something different too. That's a different beast and it's on your side. That's faith in your intuition, faith in your ability to create at will. I don't believe in writer's block. They just not knowing how to get out of it. And the fact that they give it attention makes it live. Thoughts become things. Look, I got writer's block. I don't know what to say next. Then you just take it back. I just noticed the birds are chirping. I mean, the noises are happening. Jersey, I love this part about Jersey, by the way. It's got its magic at nighttime. The sky is lit up right now. The stars are beautiful. Now, if I were in Florida, now see, that's where my ego takes it. The ego just kills us. It's like, oh, remember when you had it better here? And it makes you not want to be in that time. It makes you rather be at that place in that moment. Not for the week, not for the day, not for the weekend, but in that moment, you'd rather be staring at that sky because it was prettier. And it's kind of like, leave me alone, ego. With that said, that Florida sky, golly, I ain't seen one like it. At nighttime, not even Cali. Not even Cali. Florida at nighttime, you look up and you can see at least 1 billion stars. At Jersey, 1 billion stars. 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 normal night, normal clear summer night like tonight, I could probably count 30 of them. I got laser eye surgery, 20/20 vision. So yes, ego, you are right. That one it's a better look, okay? The atmosphere is better. The temperature is better. The traffic is worse. And everything's an hour away. But feeling better, being with my family members down there, that's better. I don't get to do it every day. So the ego does all this stuff and it's throwing this at me like, why are you reminding me of what's better than this moment? And you're like, why such counterproductive behavior? You're a part of me. Why would you do that? Well, that's all part of some asshole programming. That whole look but don't touch, touch but don't taste, taste but don't eat. Everything that tastes good is bad for you. Everything is bad for you. Tastes bad is good for you. All that temptation, the tests of life. Can you stay positive in the face of the negative? That's just part of that system, bro. We are a part of it. Let's move on. Let's move on. So yeah, I'm excited to be out here doing this. This is what I wanted to do. Now, as far as the manifesting goes, manifesting these numbers, I'm gonna do it. Don't get it twisted, I'm gonna do it. But with that said, I'll also say this, because I'm a deeper thinker. And this is what got me off of worrying about time frames and numbers. If I had to grow old and die, and 40 years later, it became a national phenomenon, a world phenomenon, and changed the world for the better, right when it was on the brink of destruction, that's a win. That's a dub. That's a dub. That is a dub. And now that I say that out loud, until it happens, you can't ever claim your dub. So if I didn't get 600 in the next week or the next month, and that's where I'm at, 400 to 700. That's the numbers we were dealing with. What's on my thing right now? 441. Ooh, let me hit it one more time. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. 442 views. That's what I'm doing. Remember I said I had to dig deep and find something else to win this battle against my ego, against my thought process, against the way we think, the way we're programmed? That is what I'm doing to do it more consistently. Look at the number on the counter. Sometimes I notice myself picking up this scepter, hitting the clicker once, and not even saying thank you. I haven't successfully gotten away with doing that yet because I checked myself right afterwards. That's how serious I am about this, because I can taste what's at the end of this rainbow. This isn't me manifesting a trip to Florida, a vacation, a trip to California, a meeting, a phone call, a car. This is me manifesting it all, because I told you, when you see me with 400 viewers on my screen, no, I'm gonna say 7 because I had 400 before. When you see me with 700 on my screen, and that number feels better, obviously it's almost double. That's when you know. That's when I know. Just know that that's when I know. All right, the start, the beginning of this new is right here. The beginning is beginning, basically. I said this in February. I forget what happened. I had a big meeting, met a bunch of people, talked to them, razzle dazzle them. And at the end of the meeting, I forget who I was talking to, either February or March. Damn. Totally lost my train of thought. Hold up. That's to be suspect. Even though I'm in a nice neighborhood, I always keep my guard up, y'all. Don't test me. Don't test me, boy. SWAT team, black belt, sniper, who's a prepper, always prepared. But that's how you gotta be in any situation. I was like that before I became a cop. Always prepared. Got stuff late, you know what I'm saying? Always prepared. I'm just gonna leave it like that. But on the same note, I'm not stupid. You know, I don't go asking for stuff, asking for trouble. I stay in my space, and that's cool. But that's that level of paranoia, though. You know, that has kept me safe for a very long time. Steve O'Leary, crazy guy, good guy, cop in Camden. He said being paranoid to keep you alive in this job. And he was right. He was right. It made me put my ears to the street more. See who was doing what. That way I can maneuver. But yeah, that's a different life ago. That's a different life ago. But you know what? That's another example. When I come out here and I do this, oh my goodness, and I've imagined myself saying this to you guys before. I'm going to flow off into topics. I'm going to jump back and forth. That's when I get in the zone, when I get in the right headspace, when I get meditative, I flow. The conversation flows. I'm going to let you know a little bit about me. Each story. That way that fills in the gap of whose voice you're listening to. Most people you get, you don't get the real them. I don't think anyone's seen the real Oprah. You know, the one who's at home dropping F-bombs and farting right before she get in the shower, saying something. Something great, something that, you know, that maybe should be written down, a good saying or something catchy that she'll forget by the time she gets out the shower and it's gone. But it's that real them. You get bits and stories. I'm going to give you a lot of stories. I'm going to give you a lot of me, a lot of my situation. Enough. I don't put my business in the street. You know, you see pictures of my kids on the internet, nothing like that. You know, not really. No Instagram for them. But everything you need to know, you'll know. I never steer you in the wrong direction. I will always give you 100%. That is it. Not 100% of my time, because too much of anything can be a bad thing. But I'll always give you 100% of my effort when you have my time. When I go live, I clear my schedule. Don't bother daddy. I'm going in. And if I can't do that during the day, then I'm going to do it at night. And I don't want to take 2 hours of my kids' time away from me during the daytime. They're already asleep. The house is quiet and empty. Why not do it now? Plus, I'm a night owl. I used to work the midnight shift, you know. Get off of work at 7 in the morning. I didn't love it, but it was the lesser of three evils. Day work was, I think, 7 to 5. Afternoon was 3 to 1. That was the worst. Because you leave at 2 before your kids get home from school. You get home at 1 in the morning after they're already asleep going to school. You don't see your kids at all. Day work is the second most horrible one. Followed by night work, which is pretty cool, except for you get tired at like 4 in the morning. And you just suck it up and try to stay awake. And sleep kind of sucks. Waking up in the afternoon. And if you ever decide, yo, it's 7 o'clock at night, matter of fact, no. I'm thinking about, because we had switched shifts. But if you ever decide to take a nap before your shift on midnights, I know how tired you might be. Oh man, I was going to say don't do it, because you will feel like dog doo-doo when that alarm goes off and you got to start getting ready for work. I was going to say don't do it, but if you don't, the repercussions the repercussions. They're gonna get you. They're gonna bite you in the butt. You're gonna be falling asleep at 12:30, midnight, talking about, yo, nah, this is too early. You're gonna find yourself grabbing a French roast from Wawa and just sugar and ice cubes. Let's go. I need this now. Did that a couple times. But working 4 days in a row, you know, that was pretty cool. 4 days on, 3 days off. That was the greatest thing in the world. You know, it was like I had a trade-off. I was getting paid every week, and once I started getting paid every other week, it was like, no! It was like stabbed me in the heart. Like, my whole life, I always wanted that back, getting paid every week. I don't know why. It just feels better. And, you know, obviously, I couldn't get paid every week in exchange for, you know, a paycheck that was like 10 times bigger. I've always wanted that back, but that's the trade-off right there. Now we're even. Life has balance. 4 days on, 3 days off. That was the shit. No more 5 days a week for me. Which would I rather have? I got the better end of the stick. Oh, 5 days a week. Oh, having a whole extra day off. It was beauty. And they started talking about 12-hour shifts, 7 to 7. First of all, both of those shifts are absolutely horrible. Abso-freaking-lutely horrible. As torture. They should ban that shift. I'm sorry. And everyone who works it will agree. The only reason why they'll say, no, it's a night shift, because it's better, it's the lesser of other evils. But as a whole, is that something you would want your child to work? If it was your company, you're the CEO, your child got kids in the family, is that the schedule you want them to work? Or are you going to be like, yo, that's my daughter, take it, man. She work from home 1 day a week. Shut up. Give her a paycheck. You know what I mean? Like, that's just torture. You get more days off, but that is torture. I couldn't do that. I don't know. My head's off to everybody who does pilots. I think they fly 16 hours in a row. I can do that. I mean, I don't want to fly. I'm scared to fly up in the air. It's funny because I love flying. My airplanes, and I'm obsessed with flying, but actually in an airplane that I don't own, which I currently own none, I kind of don't trust it. Pilots, I want to control it myself. That will make me trust it, you know, because I know I'm a good pilot. I've piloted enough aircraft to know that I can pilot a real airplane. Enough simulators. I've got weeks logged in simulators, not hours. Got weeks logged in simulators. Of all kind of different airplanes, air types. I think I'd be good. I'm naturally good at flying. That's why I do it. It feels great. It's a little scary having a $1,200 piece of equipment flying over your head that could malfunction at any point, just like all of our cell phones and TVs and everything electronic probably has. When you land it, you get that sigh of relief. Whew, I ain't doing that again. That's them $1,300 drones. It's funny. But yeah, you know, I'm feeling good about this whole numbers thing. Where are we at with it? I haven't clicked it yet. Nope, 443. Thank you, God, for this opportunity. I'm going to click it every time I give another thing. Thank you, God, for this opportunity. Thank you for life. Thank you for my family's happiness. Okay, my dad's down there in Florida chilling, happy. Taz, his connections down in Port Charlotte. Nikki's over in Fort Myers, and Mom's and the crew is over in Orlando. They feeling good. They feeling good, and I can go down there. I got a spot. I got clothes. I got spots to be. You know, that's great. I love that. But in this moment, right here, it's all love. My whole family is asleep and they're chilling. Everything's smooth the way it should be. And I could be thankful for that. I could stop and just take a second and be thankful for that. And I look at my clicker and it's at 455. 455 views. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take right at the Facebook views things, because I've primarily done Facebook up until now. So that's what's going to resonate deep in my soul. Find what resonates with you. I'm going to picture whatever the view count is, 455 views. Those words and those blue letters on the bottom underneath the video while I'm live streaming, I'm picturing it, imagining it, and appreciating it, saying 455 views. Boom, I feel accomplished. Like we're about to hit 700. We're about to hit 700, and that's the takeoff in my mind. 700 might not even be the takeoff, but me thinking that is going to manifest it being the takeoff. And me manifesting this 4 to 700, wherever this clicker ends up at. Thank you, God, for life. 456 views. I just watered a seed. 457 views. I just clicked it and watered a seed. 458 views. I'm not just saying it. If you're saying it, you don't deserve to click on the clicker. If you're just saying it, you don't deserve to click on the clicker. But if you actually see those numbers, because you're going to feel it in your chest when you see it. And you're only going to marinate it for a second so the ego doesn't step in and say, yeah, but that's just your imagination. Even if it does, then you can scrap up and say, yeah, but that's on my numbers, on my computers, on my video, in my land. You can't take that from me. I'm not lying saying that. I own it. Physical world, mental world. Out of the two, I own it in one. Let's let the universe catch up. I'll own it in this one. I'll own that number. And on that note, 459 views. I can see that number in those blue letters, and it's beautiful. 460 views. 461 views. 462 views. You gotta see each number. I didn't see 461. I said it. I felt good. I didn't see it. I still felt good, so I didn't cheat. I earned that click. As long as you give off that emotion, the whole reason you're seeing it in your mind is to give off that emotion. The whole reason you're saying it is to give off that emotion. The words, the paragraphs that are defining and shaping what your thoughts are, they're not nothing but a description. Your thought is an emotion. It's an emotion. If I ask you how you feel about that car, you're going to say, it's cool. That is based off of everything you've ever known about that type of car. Cars in general. That color car, that make, that model, how dependable they are, who you know that had them, all to sum up that answer. Yeah, it's all right. All that emotion is all in one equation. It's all like in a big document about how you're answering that question. But it's not letters, it's a mix of emotions. And when you send that energy out, universe, law of attraction, third law of motion, every action has an opposite and equal reaction, which means what you give off will come back to you. Some call that the laws of attraction. When you have a thought, it gets dispersed across the whole universe, and then it gets reversed right back at you. God and life will do whatever it has to for the law of motion to maintain its statute as a law. If you hate or don't appreciate, that trend in your life will continue. If what you've been doing doesn't have you succeeding, then you should look into a different venue. But in order for change, you must change, but you got to know how. It's not only power, it's the key. What have you been focusing on in between proactively manifesting? Life's a garden, and you've been watering seeds. And when they bloom, don't be surprised at what's in front of your eyes. It's the same thing you see every day or worse. Positive thoughts breed positive outcomes. Negative thoughts breed negative outcomes. Thoughts become things, can be a gift or a curse. That's the part of this poem that I had wrote a little while ago. I haven't said it in a little bit. Damn. Like the times he was worried that his car would break down, and it did. The law of motion struck again. And at times he was worried that the ones that he trusted weren't being such good friends. or the millions of times that he led the good life where he never had to work again. And now that's the life that he lives because he watered that seed despite the fact that he was broke with no ends. Now listen carefully what I said. He was broke. Times were tough. He should have been sad, mad, chest full of pain. But he knew that if he let the negative thoughts play out, he'd only be manifesting those same things. So when the chips were down, he was up. When life told him he was stuck, he said, no, I'm in control of my thoughts. And since thoughts become things, I have all control. That makes sense, but that's not what we've been taught. Now this next part, I had took this out because I didn't want to offend anybody. This was years ago. But I think I'm going to insert it now because it's kind of appropriate. Damn, I don't even remember it now. That's what I said. This was at least 3.5 years ago. I decided to take it out before I went up and did that poetry thing in New York. Yeah, I don't know. It had something to do with being handed a book. It's like, since the day we were born, we were handed a book and told that this was all we needed to know. But something inside me was, I don't know, urging me, pushing me, telling me that I needed to grow. Oh man, damn, I wish I had it. I'd be able to play it for you guys. It's yeah, it's a dig. It's a dig. You guys know how I feel about all that. I don't personally believe in the devil. I mean, if he exists, we're both made of the same thing, vibrating energy waves. Bro, I got a chance. Back the fuck up. You know what I mean? And because I know that if you don't exist, to me, you won't exist in the physical world. I'm all down with this whole policy. I'm not giving anything to anybody. If something messed up happened to me, it's because I was thinking about some messed up stuff a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago. I've been watering some effed up seeds. I'm on it. I promise to do better for myself, for my family. I'm on it. That's how you take shit on the chin. Now I know people are going to say, oh, what about death in the family? Stuff that you couldn't handle. Da da da. There's a part about life that I'm not going to be able to answer, I believe. There's going to be things that I don't get. Right now, calculating one person, you or me, not you and me, you or me. Calculating one person's thoughts become things, giving off energy, pulling and twisting and turning, manipulating the flow of things around them. Based off of their past experiences, every single experience from every single thing they've done, giving me conclusions. Decisions being made, thoughts being thrown out there, suggestions, what will you do? Me trying to do all that with one person it's exhausting. It's an 8-year study, and I feel like I've only scratched the surface. And my developments have been consistently every night that I do this. Like, I need you to fully understand. Something comes something new, a new idea, whatever. I know how to tap into the source. Believe that. Believe that. And that's that. And I can say that cocky because I've been doing a great job at it. On call. There's never been a time where I haven't been able to. That's why I don't believe in writer's block. I tap into the source. And then we get it. Yeah. We get it. I'm doing a butterfly. You don't notice I'm doing a butterfly though. What is this? My watch is going off. Did I hit my steps today? Oh no. No, it's 1:40 in the morning. My Fitbit's going. I thought I hit my 10,000 steps, but wait a minute. The day just started 2 hours ago. So means I didn't hit my steps yesterday. It means I relaxed a little bit too much. But I work while relaxing. Coming up with stuff. booking stuff on that daggone computer for hours. Too much time. I need an assistant to come do all this for me. I need to be in a position where I can get up and say, yo, do this, da-da-da, post that to there, make sure that's done and it needs to be taken care of. That's what I need. That's what I want. And guess what? Because I just said it like that, I'm going to manifest more of me needing that and more of me wanting that. Congratulations, I just created my tomorrow. Chalk that up with the expectation level, because I truly do expect to wake up in this house tomorrow as opposed to the $100 million mansion that I dream of. And with that formula, neo-positivity, the most positive guy, the thoughts become things king. With that formula, you have successfully manifested exactly what you successfully manifested today. Except I had some sprinkles on top. But as far as scenery, background, what's going on, the house that I live in, the background of my life, not the forefront decisions that I'm making. You know, the things that are solid, they're going to be there forever, you know. Not the house, God shelter. Not these cars, God vehicle. God food, okay? God clothing. I'm pretty sure I can manage to keep that on my roster in this lifetime. So let's focus on, let's focus on what we're thinking about. But it's like that's how I like to break things down, though. If you could break it down, take it to a deeper level, and you could really see things for what they are. If you got a direct deposit, okay, and your rent or mortgage comes directly out of that direct deposit, it's kind of like you're renting that house for free every day. I know you say it's not for free. I pay for it with this, this, and that. You're not seeing that money. It's just happening. You're exchanging a service. Okay? And if you divide up all of your money up into how much you get paid for every second, and see how much you're really paying for this house, it's not much compared to how much you make. But at the end of the day, it's all just energy. You're staying in this place, and I'm to the point where I think the transaction's happening behind my back. I don't even know about it. And it also helps that I'm actually not physically getting up and going anywhere, and then it's still paid for. That obviously helps me out an immense amount in being able to say that I honestly stay here for, I'm renting this place daily for free. It's a mortgage, it's in my name, but I'm renting it daily from the universe. They're just giving it to me. All I have to do is exist. Those are the type of seeds I want to water in the future. Those are the type of seeds I want to water. I mean, when I say the future, I mean like tonight and tomorrow. Thinking that, saying that, feeling that mentality is going to manifest more of that mentality, as opposed to me saying, I need an assistant. I need an assistant. Thus manifest a scenario. Or tomorrow I'm saying again, I need an assistant. I need an assistant. I need an assistant. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I would have done this. I should have done that. I should have done that. And that's how it is. And it's so funny because everybody thinks that they're so positive. Everybody thinks that they're walking around picturing themselves as billionaires all day. No, a billionaire wouldn't walk like that for one. Trust me, a couple $1 million make you stand different. Yeah. I don't know why, but it make you stand different. Yeah, I do know why. Because it's something everyone wants. Don't say you don't want it. Because you would want $1 million even if you wanted to just get it and give it to your favorite charity anonymously, so you don't even get credit for it. But you can sleep well, better, knowing you just helped out. So you do want $1 million. You lying ass. There's one thing, my pet peeve. I do got a pet peeve when it comes to humans. I guess I have a couple of them, but one of them is the people that say that they're not negative. I'm positive. I'm a positive person. I'm positive all day. First of all, if you say that, you're lying. Shut up. 60,000 thoughts. Most of them are worry and doubt. You're preparing for what might come around the corner. You're preparing for what this person might say. You're preparing for what this email might say. You're preparing for what this text message might say, this phone call, how it's going to go, this interaction with this person, this drive, this interview, if you want to take it serious, to not just stuff that's around the house, your interaction with the light switch. That could, I mean, if it's a dangerous light switch. I was just thinking about one from back in the day. Had this one light switch you had to be careful about in this mug. I didn't even want to touch it. That was a long time ago. I was staying with my buddy. But anyway. Yeah. We flowed off, man. We flowed off with different topics. Man, I love it. 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 And I love being able to do this, man. That's why I feel like this is the way to go. This is what I want to do the whole time. Every single time I saw myself in there, I was doing this. At nighttime, between midnight and 2 in the morning, in my mind, I was doing this, and now I'm doing this. Now I'm doing this. I had pictured when I got actually, that's my thing. And I think that's where a lot of people get it wrong, just like I did. I had pictured doing this once I made it big and had the assistant that I could say, yo, find the program and hook it all up. Let me know when it's ready. I'm going to go live and spit. I really thought that was the order. So I never did it before. I did the other shows. They were safer. I didn't have to talk about God as much. That's a sensitive subject, but that's 50% of what I do, if not more, because it piggybacks on every single topic. Plus, it has its own topics, so it is more. And I held that all back because you can't just run up on a TV show and start talking about God with your opinion of what God is. I mean, you can, and then you gotta make sure that they know that everything that's coming out of your mouth they're going to agree with, because it's going to be flat out things that you can't lie. The sky is blue. Pain hurts. And that's exactly what I did. But I was scared to do it for a while, and then I did that. And I just, it was just a whole bunch of coming out of the shell, and now I'm coming out of my shell with this. But at the end of the day, this was the end game. And I like the end game, because then I could relax after that. I can do this. And that's the whole thing. You guys know how I'm about money. I don't want to involve money. So many people come to me, I could do this for you for this money. I could do this for you for that money. I say, yo, if you're not doing it because you believe in my talents, you're not doing it. That's my thing. I'm not spending a penny on, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. My whole life, people have called me cheap. My whole life. And I'm probably known for being cheap. But the fact of the matter is, I bought a $300 scarf, $300 pair of glasses, and I can keep on going. I honestly have expensive taste. About the things that I bang with, I honestly have expensive taste. And what that should tell you right there is, I'm not cheap. I just don't want to spend my money on what the fuck you want me to spend my money on. I mean, think about it. Everybody who doesn't know me, you should be like, he right. You should be on my side about this. You have a suggestion on what you want me to spend my money on. It's not going to benefit me in any way. And that motherfucker over there should have earned his own money anyway. Like I did mine. You know what I mean? Like whatever the situation is, like I'm trying to blend a bunch of situations together to give you guys a good scenario. But at the end of the day, I kind of got expensive taste for the stuff that I bang with. I really don't care about shoes. All the Jordans and stuff like that you see on like Instagram and stuff. You guys know they're not mine. They're a size 10. Everyone knows I'm a 12 and a half. Everyone knows I got gigantic feet. It was a joke growing up. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I post it up and I tell people, that's my boy. He's using my manifestation skills to get what he wants. You do it too. He got hundreds of Jordans. Hundreds. That's my Instagram. I don't really go on Instagram that much. I try to stay away from that. But yeah, it kills me. It kills me. So many people, and I'm gonna break this. Normally I wouldn't care. Thinking about me, you know. But I think that it's very arrogant to think that and call someone a name because they don't. I'm a grown ass man. I don't really condone using that phrase, but I think this is one time where that phrase fits. I have $1 in my pocket and you want me to spend it on something, and I say no because I want to spend it on something else. I'm not allowed to do that every time because it's my freaking money. And that's I'm sorry, that's the first time I ever actually said that out loud. I thought it to myself recently. Because somebody wanted me to pay. Man, look, because I usually am the person with the most money at the table, they expect me to pay for shit. But sometimes you end up in a situation where it's a whole bunch of people you ain't invite and you ain't know. And I'm not, no. I don't give a shit how much money I got. You're not just going to come over here and start ordering stuff trying to get a free meal off of me. Nah, I don't work like that. Not yet. When I got extra money to spare like that, I got you. I'll take care of the whole restaurant. I got you. That's a different scenario than we at right now. And so, yeah, I wasn't trying to pay. And, oh, man, you ain't never going to change. You so cheap. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, that's $1,200 right there. That I know what I'm going to spend that $1,200 on. I got a car payment, the cell phone $300, the cable $300, well $270 and $280. I knew what I was going to spend that $1,200 on. And I was making my decision right in my mind right there that I knew what I was going to spend it on because that's what the hell I was supposed to spend it on. And I need to get the hell out of here before somebody gets slapped. And that's, yeah, you know, that's how it went down. And that's what made me realize all these years, people have been calling me cheap. I wasn't cheap. When you wanted me to spend $400 to go on, I've never been on a cruise. When you wanted me to spend $400 to go on a cruise, you know what I did? I went to AC 4 times. Went to the jetties, went to the boardwalk, got my meditation on, went to the, did videos on Facebook, had the kids with me, had a good old time. 4 trips to Atlantic City with the kids. Jetties, meditation, videos, togetherness, love. I chose that. Over that dumb shit you wanted me to spend $400 on, I chose that. I'm sorry if you think I'm cheap. But just so you know, just so there's no confusion, I'm going to do it again the next time you ask me. The next time you say, go ahead, buy it. Don't be cheap. What the fuck I need with a $400 book bag? If it was Gucci, we'd talk. I have a thing with Gucci. That's an exclusion. With Gucci and the Eagles. Anything else is adultery. But just because I see a bag and I say I like it, or just because you think I should go on a cruise, if a cruise excited me that much, I'd have went on one. I went to Florida 13 times a couple years ago in 1 year. If a cruise excited me that much, I'd have been on one. Tell you the truth, Titanic got me a little messed up. Titanic got me a little messed up. See, they didn't even have sharks. You know, they ain't even have sharks. So, I'm not trying. I mean, I know I'd make it. Technology, what it is, I know I'd make it. There's enough life rafts. There's enough people. The helicopter's going to come. I know I'm going to make it. I don't want to go through that trauma of, you know, getting in. And I don't want to wait a couple hours in the boat for rescue. I'm good right here. I'll go to Florida to keep my feet on the land. Toes in the sand. Chilling with my pops. You know. That's my thing. Go to Florida. chill with Pops. We'll see Taz. It's my sister. We'll see my mom's in a minute, but that's a different story. So yeah, man, tonight, I really wanted to get on that numbers thing. I had a successful day. I'm gonna tell you exactly how successful. 465. Thank you. 465 views. I'm seeing it. 466 views. I can see the 466, and they were views in the small lowercase letters. 467, 468, 468 views. See, I skipped 467. Don't do that. Get every single one. Where we at? Make sure I hit enough. 469 views. 470 views. I see it. There's a feeling invoking in my chest on how it would feel. And because I'm 8 years in this, and I've completely reshifted the way my mind thinks, I can marinate on them for more than 5-6 seconds. Not on that, but I still have the feeling in my chest as I'm talking to you right now, like it's actually happening. And that's just as good as marinating on that. Staring at the number for too long, the ego's going to step in and say, that's not real. It doesn't really mean anything. It's going to start evaluating its weight. Okay, yeah, it is real. It exists in your world, Neo. But what is the weight value? And that's going to mess with you. Me, I've told you I shifted all that. I've shifted all that. My weight value to the physical world is none. The physical world holds zero weight to me other than pain that I'm feeling at that moment. Because it just keeps changing. Here one day, gone the next, everything. Meals, people, vehicles. So why don't I believe in something that just can change before my eyes completely? This whole place could, like I always say, could get hit with a meteor and just change everything. Aliens come, change everything. New virus, change everything. It's totally unpredictable. And it could be gone at any moment. And I could find out that it never existed in any moment. And which I kind of did. And the whole, everything just made out of vibrating energy waves. Vibrating at different frequencies. Some look like pieces of lumber, some look like the nails that are in those lumber, and they react according to each other, and that's all set in their frequency number. But I tell you what seems real to me. My mental world is real in its own right. Not real as in physical, but I've been there. Not only have I touched, tasted, and eaten, I am God of that realm. I'll say it again, God can take your life, but he can't stop you from thinking about a red apple on the table. That is your land. You know that 100%. Put a couple years backing that and you'll be able to look at everyone a little bit more differently. But I mean, you won't need to put years in. The way I've laid it out online, the way I've dedicated myself to putting this out there to the best and easiest way that I can, hopefully you'll be able to get it fast. I mean, it's all about you. How much work are you willing to put in? How often? You want to be good at jogging? You got to jog a lot. And that's what this is. The brain is a muscle. It has muscle memory. Biggest muscle in the body, well, I don't know, smartest muscle in the body, we'll just say that. I'm pretty sure the jaw is the strongest because it grows all day. Doesn't even really get tired. But the brain is the smartest. It's 2 a.m. I don't know what time I started this. But yeah, probably about an hour and 20 minutes in. But yeah, man, it was good to, come out here and chit chat with you guys again the way I do. These videos are going to be up on YouTube forever. I would be upset. Twitch deletes them after 7 days. I'd be highly upset if they went away because, you know, I feel as if that I wanted to give you guys 100 and I did. And I want to be able, you know, I want people to be able to look back, go back and, you know, catch the old stuff. Let's say I, quote unquote, make it, episode 10. But episode 1 through 5 are gone for life. How fucking tragic would that be? Sorry for my language, but when I gotta emphasize something, I emphasize it. That's fucking tragic. I've only seen a handful of pictures of myself under the age of when I moved out and started taking pictures when I got my first apartment. I would give anything, not anything, but I'd give a lot to just see one video of myself when I was 10, just to see what type of kid I was. You know, was I a jerk off? Was I a douchebag? I don't think I was. I was pretty cool up until I got to Collinswood and I got in all those fights. But that's because they were dropping N-bomb like it was, you know, like it was Pearl Harbor. It was just dropping them things. But yeah. Archive. Place to store all the old episodes just in case you want to go back and watch. I was watching that movie Oasis. The guy who created the Oasis, the way he left that library, I could see that. I could definitely see that. I mean, that's something. If I was to not make it, quote unquote, make it until 50 years after I died, I'd still have that library for my grandkids. This was your great-great-grandfather Neo. Positivity. Yeah, distinct thoughts become things. He started it for our family, and we've been thriving ever since. Remember great-great-grandma Tati saying that? But that's just, you know, that's the stuff I think about. I'd rather spend my time thinking about that than any type of other stress or depression or news or, oh, the president this or the governor did that. You guys can have all that. Everyone who wants to worry about things that they have no control over, I'm leaving all of that stuff for all of you as my present to you, because that's what you like doing. That's what fulfills you. That's what feeds your pain body. When your pain body's aching for some pain and you need to complain about something out loud, it's either going to complain out loud or get you in a fight with someone else's pain body. That way they could both eat doubly good meals. That's surf and turf night. But this is it. I could do this forever. I don't have to worry about, well, I do have to worry about numbers for the sake of this bet we have. But at the end of the day, I don't have to worry about numbers. I don't have to worry about someone breathing down my neck. I don't have to worry about none of that. I really had to worry about all that before, because if somebody was breathing down my neck, y'all know how I take stuff. You know, I don't. I wouldn't accept that. And neither should you. Unless it's your boss, you cut them off from that activity. Take control of your life. You start using the positivity to get what you want out of life. And I don't mean get as in objects, I mean get as in scenarios, incidents, good and bad. You change the people around you. You change the way you think You're in control now. Why have you been letting this person take control of you all this time? I run life. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I was telling you guys last night. My boy said, this earth doesn't belong to us. I said, I could see that, you know, whatever. I mean, it's a possibility. I've seen a lot of movies. But I wouldn't even worry about that. Because me and whatever source comes here, we all have the same creator. The realm of non-existence that doesn't exist because there's nothing there. You can't be, no. The realm of non-existence that can't be described because there's nothing to describe. The source from which everything is born from and dies back to. The realm of non-existence versus the realm of existence. Things that exist come from there and go back. That is God, and that's who I answer to. That's who I talk to. I seen it on Entourage. They said, "All right, you got a call online." He said, "Who is it?" They said, "Such and such VP of da da da." He said, "Do I talk to VPs?" And he kind of kept walking because they were both walking down the hallway, like kind of rushing. He was like, "Do I talk to VPs?" And that's where I'm at. I don't talk to VPs. I talk to God. There's no underneath me than him. There's no middleman. There's no chain of command. You know, people talk about Jesus and all that other stuff. To me, you know, whether he died or not on the cross, I don't know. I wasn't there. Do I believe everything I read in books? No. Do I believe everything I read at all? No. Do I believe everything I'm heard? No. I do my own investigation. I cannot investigate that, so I'm not going to comment on it. I told you I don't talk about things that I don't know. I don't know it 100%. I'm not going to bang with it at all. That's how I used to end all them debates. If you can't prove it, don't bring it up. And then the preachers be like, well, John 13. I love them. You know, to each his own. To each his own, but I can't take myself down that route. There's only one source of creation. It's God. He created good and evil. I know what I am. If the devil did exist, I got a shot. Bring it on, bruh. Bring it on. I got the willpower. Look, I'm not going to swing in the dark like you see in the movies. Some stuff pop off, a nun pops up behind me. I'm going to sit Indian style and get meditative. And two things are going to happen. I'm either going to get my throat cut, and then, hey, look, I was wrong. Or I'm going to leave my body and turn to a spirit, and we're going to go Dragon Ball Z in the spirit world right there, us two. And I'm going to have the most fun on the planet, just like Kakarot, just like Goku. Loving the competition. Let's go. I'm glad he ain't no sucker. Let's go. Let's make this fight interesting. Because I know who coming out on top. I don't care. If we made it the same thing, I got a fighting chance. Let's go. Told y'all that. I guess that's what drives me so hard against opposition. A lot of people don't have that drive. They get hit with something, some bad news, or something hits them, and they just kind of cave and curl up into a ball because they don't want to deal with confrontation. And it's like, I don't thrive on confrontation. I thrive on competition. And my competition can't be another man because another man is me. My only competition is going to be myself. Thoughts become things. Can I stay positive in the face of the negative? I got a race on Friday. Guess what? All week I'm worried a little bit. I'm thinking about it. Can I stay positive in the face of the negative? We'll see on Friday. Change your average thoughts. Change your outcomes. Change your mindset. Change your outcomes. Told you this before. Oh, you see the Superman charm? It's late. It's dark. That's good enough light. I'm going to end it on this note, y'all. I love y'all. I thank y'all for sitting in and listening to me just talk, man. I hate to say just ramble because it's more than that. You know, it's deep, a deeper way of thinking, equaling a deeper way of being. But, you know, that light in the dark is you. And you're shining it on whatever you want to shine it on in your mind. You see it? Don't shine it on the bad stuff. Shine it on the good. Attract the good. The bad, the negativity, the people behind you talking, let them stay behind you. Know where you're going. Keep your light on the right path. All right? I love you guys. I'm the, that car. Tour bus. 68 Challenger. I'll give you some love too. Even though I don't even like driving. But yeah. Thank y'all, man, for coming on this journey. And whether you hear this a year from now or tomorrow night, doesn't matter. Time's irrelevant. My love's eternal. I love you. And you love me. That's why pain hurts so bad. That's why it hurts so bad to hate someone. That's pain you're feeling. We're all connected. We're all one. So let's get back to that connection. Let's get back to that connection. All right? I love y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. NeoPositivity.com, Facebook, all that other stuff. You know all the deal. Go over there and check me out. You know what I'm about. You just heard it for the past hour and some change. I'll let you boy. One.